Hey, so I'm going to be doing some tests in this video. This isn't going to be anything special, nothing like scientific. It's just like tests in situations that I'll be putting these in. I'm not setting up lights or anything. It's really rough. Like I have Modern Warfare 2 going on in the background right now. So, but I'm going to tell you and explain you what the test is real quick. So, a few videos ago, I made a video about my first experience with Zoom F2. And I have 2 of them, but I now have 3 of them because I think that I can utilize it very well, and I love the small compactness of it, and I think it would achieve very good like quality for my wedding videography. And they have Bluetooth capabilities, right, or timecode wise Bluetooth capabilities. So I was able to get the Ultrasync Blue, which is surprising because like they discontinued it, I believe. I can't find it anywhere except that's on Amazon. So I was like, okay, I'll buy it, and then I got it, right? And I also was able to buy the Zoom F3, which I want to use for weddings as well. Right now I just have a lav set up to it for Rode VXLR, and just to do a test. I just kind of want to test the battery life in this rather than the time code, so I just might as well do it right now. And I heard the battery life isn't that great, so that's what's happening there. So I have 2 cameras set up here. Okay, I have my ADD set up with my timecode Tentacle Sync here, and that's connected right to the audio jack there. So you have to convert it in post. Put that away quick. And then my main camera, I have my C70 here, and that is connected to the Ultrasync One, which this is the master for the time code, and it's being sent to the Ultrasync Blue, and I also jammed it to the Tentacle Sync. So yeah. Put that away. So the test is I know the timecode works. I tested the timecode, like just the F2 wise. You know, I was able to sync everything up perfectly fine. What I want to do is test its drift. So excuse me. So I'm going to take 2 F2s and send it out of the Bluetooth range where the timecode is, and then probably in an hour go grab one, and in another hour go grab the other one, and see how much they've drifted and see if it's usable. I personally don't think that will be the time distance of me being close to the actual units. So, but I want to kind of see how long it takes to drift, because you know, the F2s, they don't have an actual crystal oscillator in it. So that's what I want to do. And I just put the cameras up, set the cameras up just because I want, just kind of do it, right? Just because why not? This camera doesn't have it on because I just have the Rode mic on, so I already know my Tentacle Syncs work fine with it. You know, I just got to convert it in post. So let's do it. Let's press record and everything and do a test. Okay, so I realized my ADD wasn't on 60 frames per second, which it was on 30, so it was the right frame rate already, but I really want to do the test like how I would at a wedding. So I changed it to 60 frames per second now, and hopefully it'll still work. So I'm going to leave the C70 on for as long as it can. It's going to be pointing at the Ultrasync Blue at the timecode the whole time, and we'll see how far it drifts from the F2s. I already took those out into my car because I have my apartment, like it's in Bluetooth, you know, range, and we're going to see how that works within an hour, in the second hour, while I do stuff in the apartment here. I gotta clean the crap out of this place. But we're gonna cut the ADD, and we're gonna record again, probably like at the 2-hour mark, because I kind of want to test the cutting and stuff like that, and how well it will function still, and how the sync will happen in post. Okay, so I'm gonna go and grab the last F2. I've already grabbed the first one an hour ago. It's an hour later now, more like 15 minutes or so, but I want to go and actually not bring it up yet. I'm going to bring this camera and sync to it, or kind of do a slow snap to find a sync point, see if there's any drift or anything like that. Alright, we're in the car. It's ugly, I'm sorry. So we're going to snap in 3, 2, alright, and we'll see if it drifted or not. Alright, I'm back now, and I brought the F2s back. They're back in sync with the Bluetooth range. My F3 is still live, so I'm going to cut everything, put into Premiere, convert the audio files from the AED, and we'll see what happens. Alright, so I'm in Premiere now, and I'm going to do this pretty quick because my computer doesn't like OBS and Premiere open at the same time. So I have my clips here, then I have my audio clips up here. My dash 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 represents the clips that aren't usable. So I'm just going to select all my clips that I want to be synced, not the dash dash dash. I want the F3. I want all my ADDs. And my C70. And let's go ahead and create a multi-cam source by timecode. We'll label it AMC. And if we click onto it, we won't see much because there's not a lot of video. It's more audio than anything. But if we drag it to the timeline here, now I set my timeline as 24 frames per second. It'll still work no matter what, even though I did 30 frames per second time code. We see our different sources here. Press play. Everything should be in sync. Let's go to a clap point. Oh, that's not a clap point. Here we go. Sync point C70. And we're good. To have a better visual of this, I'm going to set this up in a timeline so you can actually see the individual clips. So if we do open in timeline, we'll see all the different clips here involved here. So our top clip here is the C70. Then we have all the ADDs here. And then these are our 4 audio recorders here. These are the audio for the cameras. And based on the test, I don't think the timecode drifted that much. If they did, it was like nothing maybe. So I think I'm in good standing to have this type of unit set up for my, whatever I want to do. So that concludes today's test, and I'm glad things worked because I was very iffy to do this style because it required a lot more hardware. I could have probably just done the Tentacle Track E's. But then those are pretty pricey, and I bought the F2s on a sale. All 3 of them, they were on sale. So I was like, I think these will be useful, even if I don't do timecode. But I would like to do timecode because I do multicam shoots quite a bit. So I'm glad this worked out, and hopefully I will be utilizing this in the weddings. And I will be making a more detailed video of all my setup with this, and kind of more like a better looking video than this. This is just kind of me throwing it real quick and just kind of running and gunning, setting it up, testing and stuff like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if it helped you in any way, then cool.